Here's the story. Tony the Mad Dragon, that had my mother up by his side. They were four fans, certain natty and obnoxious, but full of dragon's pride.
It's the story of the great Jesse Godfrey, with Big T Go-Go and Mr. Rob. There were Jesse's crew, so fierce and passionate, and the red face shine true. Till one day when Tony met young Jesse, and they knew
It was much more than a hunt.
that this group would form a fiery podcast.
That's how we come from Mad Dragon's Punch. Mad Dragon's Punch. Mad Dragon's Punch. That's the way we became the Mad Dragons. Come on, Dragons fans! Fire up!
Well, good evening, all, and welcome to the Mad Dragons podcast, Team List Tuesday, proudly sponsored by Complete Warehouse Solutions, a family-owned and operated business. Go see Jeff and the team with over 100 years of a combined experience. Get in touch with the team on 42571930 or 0417223409. Now, we've got a trip up north this week, Billy. We're taking on the North Queensland Cowboys. Good evening, everyone, as well. Thank you for tuning in. As we do have Big T and Billy, just a short panel tonight, and we do have a special guest in the bottom of the screen, which Big T will introduce a little bit later. But yes, Billy, take us through the side that will travel north to Townsville this Friday night.
Yep, no worries, Jag. We've got a couple of force changes. So we've got Gutherson in fullback. Our wingers are Sloan and Corey Allen moves to the wing. Our centers are Moses Sully and Matthew Feeney. Our halves are Lycan King Togia and Kyle Flanagan. Our front rowers are Emery Gula and David Clemmer. And our hooker, we've got Damien Cook. In the back row, we've got Luciano Leilua and Jaden Sewer, with a lock, Jack DeBellin. And on the bench, we've got Jacob Little, Blake Laurie, Hamish Stewart, and Michael Molo. And on the reserves, we've got Nick Sagranis, Ben Moisilla, Lachlan Ilias, Local Pacific Tonga, and Jacob Halangahu.
Thank you for that, Billy. But it's at that time of night where we hand it over to Big T for this segment.
Come with me as we go behind enemy lines.
Well, good day, Dragons fans. I'm Big T, and this is Behind Enemy Lines, round 21, the Cowboys. Before I welcome our guest in, I'll run through the Cowboys team. We have Scott Drinkwater at the back, Robbo Derby and Braden Burns on the wings, Purdue and Laybutt in the centres, the two Toms, Duffy and Dearden in the halves, Harrison Edwards, Reece Robson, Griffin Neem in the front row, John Bateman, Bullfrog Nenai, Reuben Cotter, locks the scrum, Carl Lawton, Caden Lars, Kai O'Donnell, Cohen Hess is in the 17, Jackson Paulo is the 18th man, Nico Alenaz, Temple Kalepo, Marley Buthangain, and Dane Akufolau. It'll do. Todd Pate's the coach. Murray Salungi and Thomas McKaylee are out of this team this week. So bringing our guest. Wobble and Jaw, how are you, mate?
Howdy, everyone. Thank you very much for having me. It's nice to meet you, Big T, Billy,
Yeah,
Jag.
mate, no worries.
We've known each other a couple of years now. It's good to see you again,
Yeah.
Billy. But thank you so much for the opportunity tonight. Thank you.
No worries, mate. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from. What did you do for the Cowboys?
No, I wasn't born in Townsville. I was born in Canberra and then moved to Brisbane, Queensland in 2022. And I've been a lifelong Cowboys fan since as long as I can remember. Not affiliated with North Queensland or anything like that. I just, at the start of the 2021 season, started talking rugby league online, and I'm here tonight. It's let me here tonight, and I've been really excited to do this tonight with this.
Nice. I was going to ask you, you're from Canberra, but you are a North Queensland fan, but you moved to Queensland, so there you go. We've played 39. Cowboys have won the last five in a row. It's time to change that, I think. How critical is this game for maintaining? Because there is a slim chance we both can make the semi-finals.
Oh, Big T, I think this truly is a sudden death game. It may as well be September already.
Yeah. Well, the Cowboys are out of the 8 on 12, having won 6 games, 1 draw, 10 losses. Have you seen this year a semi-final team in the Cowboys?
Oh, it's been very, very frustrating. It's our worst defensive season since 2021, at the very least. And I believe in this team so much that, I thought that they could go to a prelim at the start of the year, but evidently not. Defensive structures have been the Achilles heel this year in particularly, and have been for a few years. 2022 was just a positive blip on the radar in comparison to everything else that has surrounded Todd Payten's tenure.
What I was going to ask you earlier on to Caden Lars, Tom Leroy Lars' son. Tell us how he goes and what position he plays in it.
Yeah, I still need a little bit more looking at Caden Lars, but I can tell you that there is a lot of us up north and around that really like Caden Lars, the cut of his jib. In what I've seen from him in first grade and a few of the games that I've seen him at Queensland Cup, he goes really well. Runs just as hard as his dad, but honestly, I like the stature of the kid.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that earlier, but I passed over it. Over the last 6 weeks, you've had 200 points scored against you.
Oh.
What does Todd Payten have to do to change that? What's he need to do? Toughen up the defense for one, but what do you think he needs to do?
Man, there's a lot of different factors that have to go in it, but first of all, I think we need a new defensive coach for next year and beyond, first of all. But to try and salvage anything from this season, the boys just got to play with a hell of a lot more pride. That pride was clear as day in that second half against the Dolphins eventually. But it's just, I don't know if it's an attitude problem. It's not all on Todd Payten. It's on the players as well. It's on everybody up at North Queensland. There's a lot, but I think Justin Morgan's time, that's his name, our defensive coach, I think his time has come and gone, unfortunately. And I think we'll be looking at a new coach defensively in 2026.
Yeah, it was a closer game last week, wasn't it? What did you played the Storm 26-20, was it?
No, we played the Dolphins last week. And
you
Dolphins,
did too, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No. So, it was weird because they hit first after 4 minutes and you thought, oh no. And evidently that came true. But then the Cowboys did strike back after 5 minutes and you thought, oh, we actually might be in for a close, high-scoring game. But then the Dolphins just ran away with it.
That's right, yeah. Who needs to step up? You've got Cotter, Drinkwater, Nanai. Someone needs to step up and lead the team.
Big T.
The world's state of origin's best halfback there. So, he's the best halfback in state of origin. But why isn't he doing it at club level?
That's it. It's sort of been under the radar, but now because we're losing a fair bit, and rather largely that we've got 4 or 5 state of origin level representatives, and Taumalola was out himself. I believe he's coming back next weekend. But who needs to step up? Big T, bro. Jeremiah Nene has been a part of first grade since 2021, and he has signed a $900,000 deal about 3 years ago. And I just don't think, kind of like Dylan Brown from Parramatta, just a quick drive-by on him, I don't think it's been justified, honestly. Like, he has had moments, but if you're $900,000 a year, you need to do it every single week, don't you?
Yeah. You do. So why do you think Dearden's not doing it at club level? He's leading the team, obviously, but if he can lead a Queensland team to a state of origin, he can lead a North Queensland team to the semi-finals.
That's the idea, but it's not. It's not coming to fruition.
No.
Yeah, it's weird because defensively, I thought he was. Well, he was a part of that side that leaked like a sieve. Yeah, sure, he had another great chase moment, but that was null and void. I think defensively Dearden hasn't been as strong as what he was last season in his Dally M 5/8 year campaign. It's a lot of footy. There's a lot of pressure on him, but my goodness, if we play and he doesn't, we're almost Buckleys at this point, just quietly. He is the heart and soul of the team.
That's right. If we can keep him quiet, we should go a long way to winning it. What key matchups are you looking forward to in this match? Like we've got a couple of new players on our side, you've got a couple in your side. And what are you looking at? Who are you looking at?
Yeah, well, first of all, Tom Duffy comes in and plays 5/8 alongside Tom Dearden. They have played before at first grade, but he's coming up against like in King Togia, and I really like the look of the young man. I've been really impressed by King Togia from your boys. So the battle of the 5/8 is pretty crucial. Clint Gutherson and Scott Drinkwater, the battle of the fullbacks. I think that is going to be a crucial one. Gutherson will get you over the line through sheer grit and determination with a couple of flashes of brilliance, where it's completely the opposite side with Scott Drinkwater. And it's just the inconsistencies throughout this season as well. It's just whoever comes in switched on. And then you've also got the battle of Robert Derby versus Tyrell Sloan, if I'm correct in saying that. So Robert Derby is on the right-hand edge. So it's probably Corey Allen versus Robert Derby. But in any event, Robert Derby, Robert Derby's coming in, and he was axed last weekend, and now he's coming back in through necessity. But I think your forward pack is at times been underrated. I don't think overachieved is the respectful way to put it. I think that is a very good forward pack that you guys are dealing with, and it's just so happens that our forward pack at the moment, minus Taumalolo, minus McLean, despite a couple of inclusions with John Bateman and Caden Lars and such, I think your forward pack, if you can get on top like you have guys done throughout 2025, I think we could be in a little bit of trouble. If we get into a gritty sort of a game, I think you guys are going to come out the victors in this one. But yeah, we just got to play.
Like gritty games. We don't like those how to win it. No. Yeah, I was going to ask you too, who in the Dragon side should the Cowboys watch?
Yeah, so I am waiting for Moses Sully to have an absolute explosion sometime throughout this year. Like, he's had good games. I'm not saying he's been average or whatever, but he's now shifted to the left-hand side, I understand, and that's in place of Valentine Holmes. And just quietly, this was supposed to be the return game for Valentine Holmes, but that's not happening. So Sully, I believe, has been shifted to the left edge, and I think that means he's going to be lining up against Zach Leibart, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's going to be Sully versus Leibart. And Leibart, since he's come back from his ACL, has not been what he was in the early stages of 2024, if I'm correct in saying. Zach Leibart was good, but now Leibart's come back and defensively is a little bit shaky. So Moses Sully could take advantage of that with his size and speed as well. So I think Sully could be a fair dinkum X factor this weekend. And Jacob Little just always seems to play well against North Queensland.
Yeah, he gets in behind the dummy half and runs behind the I think I'm right in saying you've only won 3 games at home this year. Yeah,
it's got to be something like that. It's been below average.
Yeah. And at Country Bank Stadium there, does it hold any advantages for the Cowboys?
Of course it does, but we don't ever take any advantages. We never take our advantage, especially this season. So the humidity and all that, I mean, it's just not a factor in the middle of, or at the arse end of July. I was about to say August, but yeah, of course, there's definitely home advantages. I've been up there once before, but I mean, this Dragons side, they have travelled to QCB Stadium before, albeit about 4 years ago now, where they did get a win up there. But yeah, no, and I mean, Clinton Gutherson won a 2022 prelim final. I don't know why I brought that up. That's painful. But yeah, no, there's some players here that have won there at QCB Stadium before, man, for sure.
Yeah. All right, Jess, have you got any questions for our Wobble and Jaw?
I do. There's been a lot of talk about Purdue, Jackson Purdue. They tried him at 5'8" in the halves with Tom Dearden,
Yes,
but
sir.
he's played his best football in the centres. There's talk he's a future Origin star. Some were talking about him debuting this year. Where do you think his best position is for the team? Do you think he's a long-term 5, or do you think he's best suited at centre right now, being so young in his career?
I want to see Jackson Purdue play centre in 2026, and if he's that good, then play him again in 2027. Eventually, he will be a 5'8" Jag, but for right now, he's so young, and he's been put under the microscope so quickly. I think that he just needs to be put into space instead of trying to create the space at this age that he's at. And again, I thought that Jackson Purdue was the best centre for the first half of this year, and then everything changed when Todd Payton swapped and changed him into 5'8" and then back into centre again. So yeah, Jag, for right now, I want to see Purdue focus on being a centre for the next 18 months, and then have him be put through holes by Duffy, Dearden, Clifford, and whoever else is going to partner Tom Dearden in the halves next season.
Yep, and there's a lot of been talking about Todd Payton's future at the club. He's been there 5 years now. Got you to 2 semi-finals, but there's been talks that potentially club legend Josh Hannay may take the job if he's departed, if he is moved on. What are your thoughts on Todd Payton and what he's doing with the club, and would you like to see a club legend like Hannay take the coaching job?
I'll take the easy part. Yep. I'll take the easy part and say, of course, I'd love to see Josh Hannay up at the club sometime for sure. But Todd Payton, for me, man, I don't want to sound like a fence sitter, but I'm going to, bro. But the thing that I'm worried about is if we say in a positive mind frame, let's give him the first 10 weeks of next year and nothing changes. It's a wasted season, isn't it? 2026. So do we bite the bullet now, say thank you very much for your services, or do we give him one last crack? I mean, we've got a massive game. North Queensland Cowboys, the boys have a massive game, Las Vegas, round 0 next season. And do you want to start that campaign with a brand new coach, or do you want to go up there with Todd Payton? Again, I think we'll have a new defensive coach and new defensive systems next season. But right now, man, I think, not to sound disrespectful to your mob, if we lose this game, we then take on Cronulla the week after. And I think that's 4, 5, 6 losses in a row. I can't quite think right now, but it would be something to that effect. So, yeah, that's it. We've got a really, really interesting and tough fortnight coming up. It's Dragons at home, but then we're in Sydney 2 weeks in a row against Cronulla and Parramatta. And if we go 0-3, then I think the club has no choice but to swing the axe. So the next 3 weeks is huge. It's absolutely enormous. But for right now, would I keep him for round 1? I think right now only just. I'd say, yeah, we'll keep him for the first 10 weeks of next year. But it's just so risky, man. It's so hard.
We're in the same boat. We've got the next 3 weeks to prove ourselves again. And if we don't, what do we do? Give him 10 weeks next year and see how he goes.
He's only got next year, Plano. So
yeah. Billy, any questions for Sam?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Billy.
So this Saturday is obviously a big game for both of our clubs. Friday. Sorry. Yep, Friday. What would you say the Cowboys need to do as a spine? Do they all need to play together well as a spine, or is it individual performances?
Oh, I think the spine, we really need to see Tom Duffy and Tom Dearden connect, because they have not at all in first grade. Duffy and Dearden played together in the first 2 weeks of the season, and that just about killed our season after the first 2 weeks of the year. Scott Drinkwater as well needs to be a lot tougher. Honestly, this whole team, man, need to be prepared for what the Dragons are coming up with, because I'm not taking you guys lightly at all. Like on Sportsbet, sorry if I've just ruined a bloody sponsorship for you guys by naming someone else, but
No.
North Queensland are at $1.58, Dragons are at $2.40. Based on our defense and the way the Dragons have been so plucky and tough and hearty throughout 2025, that's some value. And I don't mean to sound like I'm blowing smoke up your ass or blowing up the tires a bit too much, but if Dragons come up and just sort of play their natural game and just let the errors come from North Queensland, and the error rate is another freaking point of contention. The Dragons, if they're patient and if they play tough and really get stuck into us, we're in massive trouble, man. And we've seen at times, I've just said that Dragons have been gritty, but we've also seen Dragons play some electric footy, man. Like your first half against the Parramatta Eels a fortnight or 3 weeks ago was insane at times. Like you guys were blitzing.
We've shown. We've shown we've got it. We've shown we can do it.
We can't just put 80 minutes together.
The consistency, 80 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not taking you guys lightly. I think you guys are a massive sniff. Everybody needs to step up, but Duffy's kicking game is what I'm really looking at, and I think Jeremiah Nene needs to step up as well. Those are the two players that I'm watching for a couple of different reasons this weekend in Duffy and Nene.
Yep. Yeah. And with that as well, like the Cowboys have so much they've got good attacking players, strong attacking players. Drinkwater, he's probably got the most try assists in the competition with 23 or something. Nanai's an aerial threat. You know, Purdue's young. They've got a lot of good players, but it's just something with the miscommunication in defense has seemed to go wrong during the season. And if Cowboys can get that right, I'd be very worried.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Reece
sir.
Robson's another one that's had a quiet year, even though he played Origin. He's hasn't had the year he had last year, Sam.
I agree with you, Jag. I actually would have said to you halfway through the year that Blake Brayley was the best hooker in the competition, just about, if not maybe Tom Starling. I think Reece Robson has just unfortunately had a lazy eye on being a Sydney Rooster in 2026, and he had an amazing Origin series. As you've alluded to, he hasn't been bad. I think he's just been solid, but in comparison to what he has delivered over the past few seasons, I think it is just a fraction, a bit of a dip.
And he's been a key player for you in the number of seasons, yeah.
Yes. There's a few players in both sides that aren't performing.
Who do you think will take that spot once Reece Robson's gone? I mean, Sam McIntyre, Harrison Edwards.
Bro.
They've got Reid Marnie coming.
Marnie.
Yeah, but I'll play sort of like a devil's advocate here. Reid Marnie is coming, but before that signing was announced, I had no idea. Hey, like we've got two young men down in Q Cup level who have only just turned 19, 20 years old. They're nowhere near ready for first grade. So for a moment there, Billy, like it was genuine red alert. But then the signing for Reid Marnie came in. But still, though, we need to still build the grassroots up and develop a really, really strong hooker, because Reid Marnie is not going to be around forever, obviously. And hopefully someone like a Kerisk, a Temple Kalepo, who made his debut a couple of weeks ago, hopefully they can step up. But Reid Marnie, I really like the signing of Reid Marnie, man.
Good mentor. Good mentor for the boys.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and also the point of difference for him too is that he has a kicking game that Reece Robson unfortunately hasn't been able to develop in his time at North Queensland. So at least Reid Marnie gives us a different dimension in attack next season. But it's not about next season, boys. It's about this Friday night. This Cowboys team, they're going to end your season this Friday night, boys.
Well, Townsville hasn't been a happy hunting ground for us. We've only had 4 games since '99 there.
Thank you. Sensational.
Yes. It's all going to change. It's all going to change. But before we get to your predictions for the game, we'll do something like this. Come with me and take a walk down memory lane. Brought to you by Essence and Light at essenceandlight.com.au. Check them out. They're small batch candle and soap makers. They're fantastic. Go and have a look. Your wife will love you. We played 39 games The Cowboys have won 22. We've won 17. 28 points for the Dragons, 10 points for the Cowboys. The game we're going back to is April 1st, 2001, Wynn Stadium, round 7, Dragons versus Cowboys. Crowd was 9,538. Referee was Tim Mander. Here's the teams there. Just run through the teams. Amos Roberts, Nathan Blacklock, and Jamie Ainscrew on the wings for the Dragons. Gasnier and Hookie in the centres. Jason Hooper and Willie Peters in the halves. He'll be looking at coming back to coaching the NRL soon, Willie Peters. Craig Smith, Mark Riddell, Chris Lyckerville, Darren Tracy, Andrew Hart, and Trent Barrett locks the scrum today. Jamie Fitzgerald, Jason Rolls, Wayne Bartram, Justin Smith, Andrew Farrer was the coach. The Cowboys were Gino O'Neill, Damien Smith, and Kyle Warren on the wings. Jeff Bell and Paul Bauman, the captain. In the centres, Chris Shepherd and Nathan Feen. In the halves.
Great player.
Yeah, he was a great Dragon too. John Buttigieg, John Doyle, and Robert Relf in the front row. Mark Shipway, Daniel Strickland, and Glenn Morrison locks the scrum. Shane Muspratt, Chris Muckeret, Brett Hetherington, Nick Patterson on the bench. Tim Sheens was the coach way back then. Couldn't find much on this game, but I know that our old mate Lee Hookie got a double. Piggy Riddell bagged 2-2. Jamie Ainscough scored. Jason Hooper scored a try. He's a good Dragon too. He's here for a few years. Willie Peters got a try as well. Tinger doing what he's best. He got a try. And famous Amos, he just doesn't stop. Piggy Riddell, he kicked 4th and 6. And 2 from 3 from Amos Roberts. Piggy Riddell, the player, 2001-2004 at the Dragons. The Eagles at 2005-2008. Wigan 2009-2010, Roosters 2011. Piggy actually came to the Women's Australian team in 2012. Under 20s in the Roosters, under 20s at the Roosters, various radio and TV gigs. Now he's an assistant coach with the Dragons NRLW. So there you go. Good on you, Piggy. The North Queensland tries were Feen and Warren. Julian O'Neill kicked 2 from 2. Full time, I got another half-time score. Couldn't find that. Full-time score, 48-12 to the Dragons. Not a bad score. Not our biggest win. But it's not a bad win. This week's on Moments of Yesterday. Nobody else is sending me any photos. That's Little Big T. If you want to see your photo up here and a caricature of your photo, send them in to me. Send me messenger me. Send them DM. Private messages. And that's me, Big T from Mad Dragon Podcast. Oh, this has been a Big T presentation. Oh, it's been a Big T presentation. Oh, and again, Big T presentation. There's a Big T. Look at that bloke. He's a handsome bugger. Big T presentation. And this has been a Big T presentation brought to you by the Mad Dragon Podcast. At essenceandlight.com.au. Small batch soap and candles. Have a look, please. Your wife will love you. Thank you for joining me on Behind Enemy Lines and I walk down memory lane. As I say, Jess, the rest is history, but there's much, much more to be made. And thank you very much for joining me. And now we'll go back to Sam. Tell us, what's your prediction? What a moment of the match? And who will be your man of the match, try scorers, all that kind of crap?
Yeah, sure thing. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. You guys can score points. We let points in. I think it's going to be a scoreline of about 28 points to 20. I think it's going to be another close game for you guys, another close loss. As far as try scorers go,
8 points is all right. I'm fine with 8 points.
Look, I am going to go Jackson Purdue and Scott Drinkwater. And if I had to choose a forward to go over, I think I will back. Who will I back actually, Ben? Who am I going to back a forward? What forward is going to crash over? Man, I think I'll go. No, I won't go all of them. I don't want to say Nene. Because it's a bit of a cop-out, but I'll go Nene and in a 28-20 scoreline. In a moment, I think just Tom Dearden will do another mad chase down again. I'm sure you guys will make a break, and it'll be Tom Dearden there to save the day for us once again.
Time for him to step up one more time.
Yes, sir.
Well, I hope he doesn't, and I hope it's a nice close game. It's not rigged with bad calls, and we won't go through that. We went through that last week. Thanks for joining us, man. You've been absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, we'll see you again.
Yeah, no, you will. I've really enjoyed my time. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, T.
Yeah.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Mad Dragons community. I've really enjoyed it. I've been really excited for it. That was awesome. Thank you, guys.
And tune in
Thanks,
Friday
mate.
when we'll be calling the game as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, plug that one. Plug that.
You take it.
Friday, you'll be calling the game.
So on Wobble Enjoy Sports, but also on the Mad Dragons podcast Facebook page and YouTube channel. Jack and I are actually going to call the game, co-commentate on the contest. So we're going to be live from about 10 minutes to or 5 minutes to in preparation for the game. Please come in and say good day and join us and watch along with us. So it's going to be me and Jag live on Friday now with our emotions spilling over probably. Yeah. So it'll be good.
We've had some good calls, but yeah, this will be another one to add to the chapter.
All right, thanks, buddy. We loved you here. I will catch you next time.
Thank you.
Red V's a part of me. All right. Let's carry on. We'll go through our side again, eh, Billy?
Yeah, let's go through it.
Yep.
So, Pating, we've got Gutherson at fullback, Sloan on the wing, Sully in the centres with Fenai, Corey Allen on the other wing, Lycan King Togia and Kyle Flanagan in the halves. Our front rowers are Emre Gula and David Clemmer. Our hooker is Damien Cook. Our back rowers are Luciano Leilua and Jaden Sewer. Our lock is Jack DeBellin. And our bench is Jacob Little, Blake Laurie, Hamish Stewart, Michael Molo, and 18th man Nick Sugranos. And then on the rest of the reserves, we've got BMM, Lockie Ilias, LPT, and Halagahu.
Halagahu. Do you reckon Flathead's going to do a bit of changes in that team, Jazz?
There could be a late switch there. Nick Sigranis could come into play as well. We haven't seen Matt Fino since the Easter long weekend, so he's had a.
Did he play reserve grade last week?
He's played the last 2 weeks in reserve grade.
Okay.
So yeah,
He looks like he's over his injury.
A late change. But being the New South Wales Cup team are playing down at home, they're playing at Newtown on Saturday. I can't imagine that all 22 players will all fly up to Townsville. But
yeah, there's Sam saying thanks. He had a good time on the show. No, thanks to you, Sam, for coming on, mate. It was absolutely fantastic. Top bloke. He sounds like a great bloke. I'd like to have a beer with him. Ben Burnock-Masilla on the extended bench. Is he there because we're running out of troops?
We're running out of troops. He's on our development list. I don't think he'll play, but he's like I said, he's running out of troops. He's got to name someone, Flano, doesn't he?
He does. And I don't know where Billy's gone, if he's still there or not. I was just going to say with Valentine Holmes out injured, how much does his absence affect the team, and who needs to step up?
Well, it affects us a lot because obviously he's got his goal kicking. Although I don't think Kyle Flanagan's that bad a goal kicker at all.
No.
But his X factor is just something else. Like he takes on every freaking setter and he'll beat him most of the time. So it's a big loss, unfortunately. But we can't do much about it. But the people that need to step up are our leaders. We've got co-captains here. We've got Gutho, Cook. Our halves can step up as well, I think. We just need to take it to them like we've been doing the last few weeks, and hopefully we can reap the rewards this time.
Yeah, who's that? Oh, that was Big T. Everyone, mate.
You're easy going bloke, Big T.
I'm like Reece Simmons in the 1991 grand final. I'll buy a beer for everybody. Where we're up to. I was just going to say, now Sully. We need Sully to step up this week. In Holmesy's spot. Him and Luch, they have to combine. Him, Luch, and Sloan, isn't it, on that side?
No, I think it's
Or is it Sewer? Oh, Allen.
yeah.
I must have moved back to the correct side then. Anyway, let's carry on. Like I said, no surprises really in that team with who we've lost.
The same team. We weren't too far away from beating Canterbury last week.
No, we weren't. No. But in naming that side, you have to have a look at our injury list, don't you? You've got Hamaseli and Tui Pilotu both returning this week in reserve grade. We'll find that out a bit later. We've got Lawson out round 23, Toby Couchman and Finn out to be confirmed.
And Ryan Couchman.
Ryan Couchman, Egan, and Val all for the season. So when you take 2, 4, 6, 8 players out of a 30-man squad, doesn't leave us with much.
No. But to their credit, they keep turning up and putting in
That's right. Oh, getting close, so close. Oh, come on.
Surely we got to win this one. But
surely we have to.
Wouldn't put me last dollar on it, though, would you, Big T?
I wouldn't put my last dollar on it, no. But looking at that Cowboys side, they've lost a lot of players as well. Like, Derby and Burns aren't their number one wingers.
No, Talangi's out. Yeah, Talangi's an origin winger at his best.
Talangi's out. Who was the other winger? The other one was...
Robert Darby. Robert Darby's been there most of the year because Kyle Felt left at the end of last year.
And Duffy comes back into the side.
Yeah, because
he played halfback. He played halfback in the first couple.
Then he got dropped.
And then got dumped. Yeah, so...
Then they tried Jake Clifford. Now he's injured.
And in the forwards, no Tamalolo.
He's been out for a while, yeah. Ruben Cotter.
I think they've really missed him, though.
Jordan McLean's another one out.
Jordan McLean, that's right. Didn't I hear he's retiring at the end of the season? Was that him?
I heard a little bit of that. I'm not.
Yeah, something about that. But yeah, that backline's not their number one backline.
John Bateman's a big in for him.
Yeah. And I hope the Bulldog, the Bullfrog, doesn't have a good game. Jeremiah 9. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, Ruben Cotter goes back to his preferred position of lock. I know he did a job for Queensland as a second row, but he's more of a middle forward, Ruben Cotter.
Yeah. I don't know much about the bench except for Hess. Kyle Lawton was at Manly, wasn't he?
Yep.
Carl Lawton,
Carl Lawton coming from Manly. And they've got...
Kai O'Donnell's not much... he's a fringe first grader.
Yeah. A lot of Billy Burns. Oh, I wonder if Braden Burns is related to Billy Burns.
Wouldn't have a clue.
Wouldn't have a clue. No. Oh, yeah. Well,
he's surprised CT didn't get picked, or with the recurring of his injuries, Plano didn't want to take that chance. What do we both think of that? What do we all think?
Well, didn't you say last week on Sunday night you think CT should come back through reserve grade?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we don't want him to do it again.
No, we'll get halfway through the game and I'm gone again. We lose a winger, have to reshuffle. We can't reshuffle. Yeah, I reckon easing back in.
Billy, what do you think of CT being named in reserve grade as opposed to coming straight back into the NRL team?
I agree with it. I did say on Sunday that's what they should do before they bring him back to first grade. I just think it's the right thing because he's done his hammy 2-3 times already. So you don't want it to become a recurring problem every year. So
yep, he's had a history of hamstring problems, but even before he came to the club, and you don't want to. They're the ones you don't want to take a chance with a hamstring.
No,
no,
not at all.
He hasn't played a lot of footy this year, so we've missed him dearly.
100%. He's too good to be out, but not much we can do.
Well, let's break it up and get the viewers involved a little bit. Let's go into this.
Yeah.
Get your thinking caps on. as we mentioned a bit earlier, the Dragons' record in Townsville is not very good. It's a bit of a graveyard, both at Queensland Country Bank Stadium and also the old Dairy Farms or 1300 Smile Stadium, whatever you want to call it. But 20 years ago, in 2005, we had our biggest ever win there. Can you name the score? And name the score. And actually both sides were well entrenched in the top four that year in 2005. Can you name what the Dragons won the game by? Fire away in the comments. Let's see how you go with that one. So 2005, do you recall that game, Big T? Up there in Townsville 20 years ago.
I don't recall what I did yesterday. No, I do remember. Yeah, it was a good score, good game. I was happy for the Dragons.
That was a big win on the way to the semi-finals that year. I think it was a game just a few weeks out from the semis. Cowboys were third, we were fourth, I think, on top of my head.
If I do remember, 2004, they absolutely trounced us the year before.
Yep. So we've only won 4 times in our history up there in Townsville. It's just as bad as our trip to Canberra.
Talking about breaking the hoodoo up there, are you confident or are you a bit sceptical about our game up there next week on Friday?
I'm not confident at all.
Confident at all?
If Tom Dearden, if we let Tom Dearden have an absolute blinder, they could put a score on us. There's no Sam highlighted how bad their defense is. They've got no problem scoring points.
No, that's why they lose games 48-42 or something. You know, they play a lot of
eyes up football.
Eyes up football. That's right. Yeah. So going through both sides. Pardon?
It'll suit their game. Being the warmer conditions, it'll suit them more.
We'll have to have a look at the what the weather's going to be.
Wonder when
like
the guys will travel up. Maybe tomorrow.
Possibly, yeah. What is it? Wednesday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got up there a couple of days early. But if you look at both sides side by side, I think our team outstrips the Cowboys team 2-1. I reckon. I think up there it's going to be a different game. Like Scutho and Drinkwater are the two different players, but they both lead to tries. You know, they try assists are up high. Sloan and Allen
more of attacking.
Sloan and Allen
more of your defensive fullback.
Yeah, Derby and Burns against Sloan and Allen. You know, like I think Allen's State of Origin player. He played State of Origin 3 years ago, so he hasn't lost that much form in 3 years.
Yep, you look at Jaden Sewer as well. Like he's been probably our most consistent forward all season.
Yeah, our bench up against their bench. Our bench is better than their bench.
Well, who's that? Yeah, Caden Lars has only had a handful of games in the top grade. Carl Lawton's a journeyman.
And Cohen Hess is getting towards the end.
Yep. And Kai O'Donnell hasn't played a lot of first grade either.
Well,
no one's got some answers for that 2005 game. Come on, guys, have a crack. No.
Peter Rolani.
Come on, Mr. Chairman, have a go.
There we go. How big of a loss is Murray Talangi to their side?
Huge.
Yeah.
He knows how to score a try. He's a pretty good defender as well. So, What's Steve Alley doing watching the VOD?
How you going, Steve? Yeah. What about Thomas McHaley?
No, I don't think so. He went in to do a job for him, but he's only he wouldn't be in their best 17 every week. No.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, Billy, if you could give one piece of advice to Shane Flanagan before kickoff, what would it be?
I don't think I'd be the best person to give advice to a coach like that. But if I had to say something, he's got it right, Ian Johnson. Sorry, he's got it right. But one thing I would say is just to play the way they've been playing the last 3 weeks. You know,
Yeah.
There's been pride. They've showed pride in the jersey, and as long as you do that, the wins will come eventually. We just got to
Yeah.
building where we are building.
Well, not much more we can say about the Dragons. Slim chance, but we have to.
Well, what's your take on Tom Dearden, Big T? Do you think if he's their key player?
I has
if we
to be.
shut
He
down
has to
him,
be their key player.
we shut
It's
down
like
the
I said to
Cowboys.
Sam before. I said to Sam before, if we shut down Dearden, we'll shut down the Cowboys. Drinkwater's another one. Got to watch Drinkwater. He's one of those James Tedesco type players. He bounces in and bounces out like a pinball machine. We've got to watch his running. But I think our centres have got it over their centres. I think Feguy's a better player than Purdue and Laywood. He's been here a lot longer. They're both good players, but I think he's got more experience.
I hope we can get Sully some early ball because he was dangerous last week in attack. He got that great pass from Flanagan and just barged over the try line. So
Yeah.
we give him some early ball against I think it was Labour, Sam said, who isn't that great defensively. We could get some points down that side of the field.
Well, there you go. Jess. Ian Johnson got it right, did he?
He did. 36-16. It's a top
That's
four
it.
clash back in 2005. Both teams obviously went on to play in the semi-finals. And we won the game at Big T 36-16 up there at when it was called Dairy Farmer Stadium. Remember that ground?
Dairy Farmers. I remember Dairy Farmers. It's been changed 2 or 3 times then. And Ian Johnson, you get bragging rights over everybody else because you got it right. Say Steve Mitchell, you don't get it right every week.
Or
Steve said to me
Peter
the other day,
V'landys?
or Peter V. No.
And
All
Steve
right,
Alley,
we wanna-
how much did you pay that referee, by the way, if he's still there?
What was that?
How much did the Bulldogs pay that referee the other night?
Oh yeah, I would like to know. So,
I'll-
we talked about the boys enough, Jess.
I'll run through the team, though, to bring back some memories for that game.
Okay, yes, mate. Yeah.
So he was the team that won that game back in 2005 for the Dragons. The side, Clint Greenshields at the back, Colin Best, and Wes Naguama on the wings. The centers, what a centre pairing this was, Big T. Mark Gasnier and Matt Cooper. Our best.
Oh, I say it every time I have to
Oh.
say that. Every time. It's always the best centre pairing we've ever had.
At 5'8", arguably the best 5'8" we've ever had. Trent Barrett, the captain, and the halfback, Ben
Yeah.
Hornby. Up front, probably the best front row pairing we've had. Luke Bailey and Jason Riles.
Yeah.
Yep. Dean Young at hooker. Second rows, what a strong back row. Ben Cray, Lance Thompson, Sean Timmins locking the scrum. What a back row that is. The bench, Ashton Sims, Justin Poore, Michael Ennis, and Corey Payne. And the coach was Nathan Brown. The Cowboys, here's some names you might remember, Big T. Matty Bowen at back.
Yeah.
Ty Williams and Matt
Bingo.
Singh on the wings. Josh Hannay and Paul Bowman in the centres.
Wow.
Jonathan Thurston and Brett Furman in the halves. Brett Furman played halfback for the Dragons for a few years.
He did.
Front rowers, Paul Rahihi and Carl Webb. Rest in peace, Carl Webb.
Yeah. And Lance
Aaron
Thompson.
Payne, hooker. Second rowers was Steve Southern. He was actually a Dapto boy. They called him Bluey.
He played for the Dragons too, didn't he, Steve Southern?
I don't think he did.
I think he might have played for the Dragons. Not sure. Not sure.
Luke O'Donnell and Travis Norton was the captain and locking the scrum there. Rod Jensen, David Fayumu, Mitchell Sargent, and Shane Tronk, and the coach was Graham Murray. Another one, rest in peace, Graham Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Great Illawarra Steelers coach too, he was, Graham Murray.
I'm not sure. Did that happen?
The highlights are still available on YouTube, though. There's a full game on there. So if you want to go have a look and walk down memory lane, as Big T says, go have a look at that game. 20 years on. And that was a great side we had back then, eh, Big T? I don't know how we...
Long time ago, you were just a baby back then, Jess.
Yes. I was at that prelim final when the Tigers knocked us out and then they went on to win the comp. It was a heartbreaking prelim final to be at.
It was. All right, we've talked enough about the boys. How about you start talking about the girls, Jess?
Yep. So we're back at our first game at Win Stadium for the year, Big T. How good's that to have them? It's a standalone game on
Good stuff.
Sunday.
I wish I could travel. I can't travel with me next, so I can't get up there. So I'll be watching.
Yep. So our first game at Win Stadium for 2025, and we're up against the competition heavyweights in the Brisbane Broncos. The team, I do welcome back Charlotte Basham, who is out of that game with a knee injury. So at fullback, Tegan Berry; on the wings, Margot Vella and Alice Gregory; the centers, Indy Bostock and Keely Brown; the halves, Casey Ray and Racine McGregor, the captain. Muddy Mulhall and Peter Tapsell are the front row. Zali Hopkins will start at hooker as she came off the bench last week. The other co-captain, Ella Costa. Charlotte Basham returns for a knee injury, with Hannah Southwell locking the scrum. The bench, Nina Maynard-Perrin, congratulations on 40 NRLW games last Saturday. Sinead Lendl drops back to the bench with Trinity Tawanio, I should say, to the bench. And Olivia Ingram, Bronte Wilson drops out of the 17, so she's the 18th player. Grace Hamilton, Jamie Millard, Jamie Lee McGregor, and coming back after a long layoff with a foot injury last year, she was a guest on the podcast a few weeks ago, Big T. Sarah Sautia.
Sarah, I got in trouble for calling her Sarah. I got in trouble for calling her Sarah, but it's Sarah Sautier, yeah.
Good to see her back.
Good to see her back. Good to see her back in the top 22 at least. Fighting her way back.
Her way
She'll fight her way back to the bench, and then yeah. That back row of ours, Tapsell, Costa, and Basham. How good have they been? Oh, sorry, Costa, Basham, and Southwell.
Oh,
how good have that back three been?
Well, Basham didn't play last week, but in the game against the Roosters, Basham got her first try, and she was quite good. Very close to getting my 3-2-1 in that game. But Hannah Southwell, she's really shown her experience, and we know how good a defender she is, and that try she scored was phenomenal. It was a sensational solo try. And she really brought back what we needed, some much-needed experience through the middle after losing Lex last year, and she's been a great pickup for us, and she's really made a difference to our pack. And Ella Costa, we know how good, powerful she runs as well. She's good running off players like Casey Ray and Racine McGregor. And then you throw in there Nina Maynard-Perrin, who's there on the bench. She's got great vision. She's got the experience and runs on the board. And to see that vision to set up that try for Casey Ray, people say that Casey Ray scored that winning try, but we don't get that try on the bell without Nita Maynard spotting that. And
isn't it good to win a game on the bell?
Oh, absolutely. I
don't know where Ian's talking about. Is it Wollongong or up North Queensland? I'm not sure, but I'm sure he'll let us know. So I'll just quickly run through the Broncos side there, Jess.
The big game is the big test again for our girls.
Huge game, especially up against some of these players. Tamika up in the back, Kerry Johnson and Hayley Maddock on the wings. Melly Hafunga, I don't know how we're going to stop in, and Julie Robinson in the centres. And the old engine manufacturer, Brigginshaw and Broughton. Very good name. Keely Joseph, Jada Ferguson, and Brianna Clark are the front row. Lauren Dam, Romy Teitzel, she's a good player. And Bree Spreadborough blocks the scrum. Spreadborough, that's a long name, isn't it? Wouldn't like to learn that when I was a kid.
Wollongong, Ian said, for this game.
Owen. Oh, there you go. Wollongong. Destiny Brill on the bench. Chelsea Lenarduzzi, Annette Claudia Nuasala, Sky Adams is on the bench. Tafito Lafele is the 18th player. Montea Hudson, Amini Missa, Georgia Bartlett, and Lavinia Gould. Tara McGrath West out for this game, and Scott Prince is the coach.
I'm sure Tara would have had that circled. Coming back.
She would have done. Was she injured? Is she, Jess?
Foot injury.
Terrible. Bad luck. But I wouldn't want to play against her anyway, so it's good luck.
What do you make of that big
Upton.
Brigginshaw. Nullify her out of the game.
Broughton. Hafunga. Teitzel, and
Robinson.
you've got Brill, Lenarduzzi, and Nuasala coming off the bench.
I've got.
Oh my god!
I don't know if you remember Big T, that third state of origin game. Leonard Dutzy won that game to avoid the clean sweep for Queensland.
Yeah, she did. She did. Well, she's coming off the bench for Broncos, you know. So
She's
Hafunga's a great. I love Hafunga. She's a great player.
Indy Bostock's got a
She
big
actually,
staff for her.
she actually reminds me of me. I'm telling you, like I used to run like that. So if anyone out there knew me when I played football, come and tell me how good I was. But yeah, that's a great side. Yeah.
Yep,
But the
they've got
addition
a
of
lot.
Upton has just made that side.
They lost that game against the Roosters the other day, but they were down 18-0. But Tamika Upton nearly single-handedly brought them back into that game. That's how good a player she is.
Yeah, that's
And,
right. Yeah.
and what a matchup that'll be: Tegan Berry versus Tamika Upton.
Yeah, it'll be a great one. But we've got Bostock and Brown up against Afunga and Robinson. I don't know if our girls are big enough to stop
centre
delay.
pairing they got.
Pardon?
That's a representative centre pairing. They
Oh,
got there.
yeah. But our girls going to be big enough to stop those two.
Well, Keely Brown was outstanding against the Dogs, but it's a big step up here. But I thought she handled her job well and nearly made 200 meters. And we all know what Indy Bostock does. She's scored 3 tries in 3 games. But marking Mela Hufanga, that's going to be probably her biggest test. Obviously, she marked Isabel Kelly 2 weeks ago, but this will be another big test for her as well, and for the team as a whole. I think the halves are evenly matched. Racine McGregor is he's has the kick game to match Ali Brigginshaw, and Casey Ray really complements Racine very well. Grail Borton's more of that running style ad lib player, but I think we've matched them in the halves. The forward pack is where they could overrun the top of us.
Yeah,
Like Keely
I think
Joseph,
Mela Hufanga.
a workhorse, gets through a lot of work and cart the ball up all day. Romy Teitzel, as you said, she's one of the best back rowers in the game, and actually she returns to a ground that her father called home for quite some time as he played for the Steelers. Big T.
Yes. Who was that we're talking about? Sorry, I was just reading something.
Rocky Teitzel's father, Craig Teitzel.
Okay, Craig Teitzel. Yeah, he was a good player for the Illawarra team. Illawarra Steelers. Yeah, it worked last week with Nita Maynard Perrin starting and Hopkins coming off the bench. Do you think he'll play that switch again this week, Billy?
Well, that's
Possibly. I think that's the plan.
Plan that. That's what he'll do.
Yeah. But I like him so far, so
Yeah, Jess.
Yeah, I think he will go with that, but depends how. I think Zali would be a lot better now. She was a bit underdone, as they said. Like Zali, I think it was Indy Bostock. They just got out of bed in hospital just to play the game. So that's a remarkable effort.
I'm sure Bobby Law would have if she could.
Yeah, she's going to miss a big chunk of. I don't think she'll play any part of the season unless we play finals.
We'll play finals. Don't worry about that.
We're a really tough and resilient group this year. I think Nathan Cross, the girls have really bought into what Nathan Cross wants the team to play, and be that tough, gritty side. If we're going to beat the Broncos, though, we're going to have to be on and be up in their face. We don't have great history against them. We've won only 1 of 8 games, only 1 of 9 against them.
It's all meant to be changed, yes. History's going to change.
Yes,
We're all going to die one day.
Yep, another player we did miss. Jada Ferguson was the Dally M Hooker of the Year last year, so she'd have to watch for her at a dummy half. She played 2 games in the Queensland team as well. Crafty little dummy half, so watch for her. And as you said, Destiny Brill can pop up as a hooker and a back rower, and has some good ball playing skills as well. So watch her make an impact off the bench when she does come into the game.
Was Alice Gregory in the side last week?
She was. She came in for Bobby Law.
She was pretty quiet. So Yeah.
Yeah, she came in for Bobby Law, and that pushed Keely Brown to centre.
Well, let's hope that. I hope for another win for the Dragons, girl. Make it 3 from 4. Keep us pushing up on the
We're
table.
sixth at the moment. What do you think we've got to do right to beat the Broncos, Billy? Obviously, threats like Upton, Broughton, Brigginshaw, Mele Hufanga, and Julie Robinson out wide, plus their big pack of forwards led by Keely Joseph, Leonard Dutzy off the bench. We've seen what tough brand of football we've got. How do we take it up that next level if we're going to upset the Broncos?
I guess we just have to keep playing the way we've been playing. I said that a lot today. Fuck me. I said that a lot. But, you know,
That's right.
I like the way they've been playing. They've been tough. So, and they're not a big side. We're not like have Lenarduzzi or Raymond Butler, some of the Roosters forwards.
Big girls, yeah.
Yeah, like we don't have that sort of advantage. But what we do have is fitness, and I can definitely see that. So if we can try and burn them, maybe. I know they're a very good defensive side. Maybe kick earlier, try and find some grass. Just so the forwards, the Broncos forwards have to get back on side. I think that might be a good game plan. But being tough, I think that's the one thing we need to do. Just complete our sets, play our game. And we can only get the right result if we do all those things.
Got to nullify those errors about Big T. You can't give the Broncos.
Oh, for sure. You got to complete your sets. I think last week they completed pretty well last week. I think, but you got to complete your sets. You got to not make mistakes. You got to not make mistakes. You got to trap them down in their half. Don't let them out of their half. Kick to the corners. Everything you tell them every week, and don't miss tackles. Go out and have fun. What else can you tell them?
Who do you think we've got to shut down for Brisbane? I think, well, mine's an obvious one. It's got to be Tamika Upton.
Yeah, there's a few players you got to watch out for. Ali Brigginshaw, Mele Hufanga, Romy Teitzel as well. She's a good edge runner, so have to watch her as well.
Yep, but the influential one there is Tamika Upton. And Tegan Berry once said that's her role model. That's the person she wants to be, and she wants to play her game off that. We'll get into your battles a bit early with this one, Billy. What do you think how do you think Tegan Berry and Tamika Upton match up?
Yeah, it's a big matchup. Obviously, probably two of the best fullbacks in the game. There's obviously it's a good bunch of fullbacks in the NRLW competition, so it's a bit of a hot take saying that, but I truly think that they are two best fullbacks. Tamika Upton's just amazing. Like, she just unlocks everyone. So I think Tegan Berry's just got to be looking for open space because that's where she's good. Broken play, finding runs, support plays. If she does that, there's not much to complain about. And obviously get the numbers right in defence. It's going to be hard because Broncos are a smart footy side and well drilled. But that's pretty much all you could ask of Tegan Berry to do this weekend.
And what's your take on the game, Big T? How do you see
another one? I said I'm going. Opposite Broncos going pretty well. They nearly beat the Roosters last week. And
they were down 18-0.
They were down. That's right. They nearly come back. So we've got to watch that. Also, we've got to watch Destiny Brill off the bench. Destiny Brill's like bringing Jacob Little on. You get a little bit of extra spark out of her. Like I'm saying, Jada Ferguson was Player of the Year last year, wasn't she? So
Hooker of the Year.
Hooker of the Year.
Queensland in the Origin.
Yeah. So yeah, Destiny Brill, got to watch her. I'm hoping for a close game in this one. It'll be a close game, I'd say.
Well, Ian Johnson's nailed that on the head.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to keep a player like her out of the game, though. She pops up everywhere.
Fine grass racing. Fine grass. Low spiral balls. No, low torpedoes. It was good. Yeah, it was great last week.
Yeah, but that's going to be a big matchup with her against Ali Brigginshaw. That's Sam's mum.
Is it?
Yeah.
Good on you, Sam. Mrs. Ravel, good on you.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll get into some. Well, we'll get into this. We can discuss both games with this one, and well, she's not on tonight, but it's over to you, Billy, for this one.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the field. The Dragon's front row has knocked his block off.
Block is locked off.
It's time to look at the one-on-one battles that will decide the game. Will it be the key position players? Will the fight be won out wide? Or will it be one up front? Strap yourself in for Coco's Classic!
Well, over to you, Billy. We'll start with the NRL, then lead us into the NRLW battles.
Yep. So for NRL, I've had quite a few. The obvious one, which we all talked about before, was the key matchup between Scott Drinkwater and Clint Gutherson. Now that's got to be one of the biggest matchups for us this Friday. What we need to do, what Gutho needs to do to get over his opposing fullback. Scott Drinkwater's very good in attack. You know, he knows how to read the game attacking wise. But the thing with Scott Drinkwater is he makes a lot of I think more defensive errors than Gutho. So try and get the big boys over the top of him. I think Gutho needs to lead by example this Friday, with obviously Val Holmes missing. And so that's going to be really key for us. Another key sort of battle I've gone with is Reece Robson versus Damien Cook. So that's big because I think Reece Robson's obviously top of class of dummy halves as well as Cook. Cook getting to that age now where he's getting closer to retirement. Still think he's very dangerous though. You know, we've seen him run a lot more in the most recent weeks, and I think particularly against Parramatta. In that first 10 minutes, he run the ball like 3 or 4 times, and we made 2 line breaks out of it. So that's one thing we need to exploit, especially because some of those Cowboys players are a bit slow off the rock. So Damien Cook's going to need to have a big game this week, and obviously Reece Robson's very good defensively, so that's going to be another big matchup. And there's a fair few in the back row. Obviously, John Bateman versus Leilua. Both have their good and bad games, we've seen. I think Leilua, he's quite on and off sometimes, which is unfortunate. But those moments of flash that you see from him is what we need to do. We need to get him running hard.
Yeah.
He's got a good passing game, to be fair. So if we can get him some good ball and get him early ball, it's probably going to free up some space for him to take advantage of. And John Bateman sometimes is off task, so that's going to be a good battle. And
I was going to say the back rowers, the battle of the back rowers.
Yeah,
even Sura and Nanai.
Yeah. Obviously, both top players, both
try scorers. They can both score a try.
Yeah,
and their
both
origin
try
players
scorers.
at their best.
Yeah. Which is the thing. I think Jaden Sewell's been one of our better players this year, probably close to the best. That game he had against the Dogs the other day, I think he did get shifted out to the centres. And that just shows that just shows like the heart he plays with, the aggression. Although he's not like the big stalker, he has action and he takes action. So I prefer that. And I think that's going to be a big matchup for us as well. And the last one I had for the men was Jack DeBellin versus Ruben Cotter.
In the middle.
Both fast, fit players, both great defensively. That's a strong matchup as well. I think Jack DeBella needs to run the ball a lot this game. He can definitely chew up meters for us this week, so that's one thing I want to see more of. And moving on to the women's game, we have a couple of key battles here. We've obviously gone through Tegan Berry versus Tameka Upton, which I just explained 5 minutes ago, so I won't go through that into too much detail, but we obviously know that's going to be very key for us to winning, is for Tegan Berry to have just as good as a game, or if not better than Tameka Upton. I think the battle of the centers, Indy Bostock and Tilly Brown versus Melee and Julia Robinson. Melee's a beast. She scores almost every game. It's like, how are you going to stop her?
That's what I said,
That's one thing we need to do is figure out a way to just stop her. If that comes to tackling her, wrap the ball up at least, don't tackle too low because she'll just run over. So
big task for Indy Bostock there, Billy.
Yeah.
And Margot Vella.
Big size difference.
They both are smaller than their opposing centers, so they have to do a good job defensively. And if that means bringing another person in to make that tackle, so be it. The Battle of the Halves is also really key this week. Gail Broughton and Ali Brigginshaw versus Casey Rain Racine. They're great players. Like Gail Broughton's got a decent running game. Ali Brigginshaw is just a leader. I mean, she's been like that pretty much pattern with the NRLW, as I like to say it. She's just been in the game for years and she knows it inside out. So we need to take advantage of that. Try and outpace her with our back rowers or something. Try and get over the top of her. She's a very strong player. Our kicking game needs to be really strong as well. Obviously, Tameka Upton covers a lot of ground and she's very good positionally. So try and get those kicks as close to the corners as we can. And we got to make sure our kick chase is strong this week. And for the last battle I have for the women, I had the battle between Zali Hopkins and Jada Ferguson. I think they're both very key players. Zali Hopkins has a lot of influence with line speed and that sort of stuff. Obviously had a pretty bad illness on the weekend. Most of the team did. But Jada Ferguson's also probably one of the stronger dummy halves in the game. And I think she won the Hooker of the Year one year. I think it might have been last year.
Yeah. Played Origin this year too.
Yeah, so we need to really watch out for that battle there. So that's been Billy's battles. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Well done, Billy. Well done. Yeah.
Right, we'll get into some lower grades, Big T.
Let's have a look.
All right, we'll start with the New South Wales Cup. They've got a trip to Henson Park on Saturday at 3:30, and they're up against the Newtown Jets. Big T, take us through the side. We welcome back our captain at the back.
Yeah, Cody Ramsey at the back, Christian Tuipolovu and Hayden and Jesse Williams on the wing. He's been going well in the New South Wales Cup.
Nick Sagranis is not really there. Johnny's just put it there, but there's no one being named. He's just
no one's been named. Nick Sagranis, because he can't be there. He's playing first grade. Jonah Glover and Lachlan Ilias in the halves. Loco Pacifica Tonga, Connor Mulhausen and Hame Sele in the front row. Jacob Hallengalu, Cyrus, Stanley Trail, yeah. I say every week, Stanley Boy's nephew and Jet Lou. Harley Fidau on the bench, Roman Fatala Mariner, Jacob Webster, and Viliami Akikau. Yeah. Those boys. Oh, sorry, Viliami Fafita.
I wish we had Viliami.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And he wouldn't be on the bench in reserve grade.
And
these guys have been doing well. These guys have been doing well, haven't they, Jess?
Yeah, they have. And we'll get a bit of an insight maybe to our halfback. They might be coming against our new halfback in this game, in Daniel Atkinson, potentially.
Okay. He'll be 18th man because he won't let him play.
That's what I'm saying. He'll be in the Jets team.
Yeah, but will he?
Very well in the Jets team, I reckon.
You reckon?
Well, he's been named on the bench for Cronulla this week. Billy Burns
he needs to play games to come to us.
You know what they do with him? Every week they
They cut
put
him
him on the
an hour before the game.
they put him on the bench and they put him to 18th man with an hour left. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
they
right.
put Billy Burns in ahead of him, Big T.
Billy Burns. I like Billy Burns. I think he's still a good player. He's a good player.
Johnny's boy.
The front row, Tonga and Sele. Connor Mulhausen, he's there every week. He's just a regular.
You missed Hayden
Oh.
Buchanan when you named the team sheet as well.
Yeah, the 24 put me off. Sagranis and Buchanan in the centres. Yeah. And Haley Finau is Yanni Finau's brother, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the older brother. Yep.
I really hope one thing to see Jesse Williams in first grade with us eventually. Like he's just lightning.
Yeah.
I know it won't happen
good
this
name.
year. It won't happen this year unless we keep getting injuries. We might need an exemption at one point, but you know, I just think he's got that much speed that we got to use him eventually. Hopefully that's next year, but I guess we'll see soon.
Well, we can't have Cody Ramsey, Steve Midson.
No, he's only got a reserve grade contract, same as Connor Mulhausen
So they
and a
can't
few of
play
the other
that.
boys. Yeah, I think that's right, Ian. They got to bring him back through reserve grade, like Billy said last week. Yeah, got to test that hamstring before you bring him back into first grade.
Yep. And Cody Ramsey, he's been off for a few weeks with an ankle injury as well. Good to see him back. He was in good
It only
form
make-
before he got injured.
Only makes the strong side of the side stronger, doesn't it? So, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll
All
be
right.
3:30 on Saturday at Henson Park, Big T.
What a great ground Henson Park is.
Oh my god, it's very close.
Is it just down the road from
Yeah.
you, Bill?
5 minutes, so
Nice.
Oh my god.
I'll get down there. 5,831, I think the scoreboard says, and that was the last crowd in an official game at Henson Park. All right.
Another lower grade team. Now the St George Dragons, they haven't the team sheet hasn't been released yet, so we can't go through that side. But Billy, you can take us through the Steelers side. They're off to Rudy Hill to play the Panthers. It's the Panthers' first year in this competition.
Yep. So for our women's premiership Steelers side, at fullback we've got Talia Hancock. Our wingers are Kiara Kostovsky and Maria Paseka. Our centers Brittany Constable. I actually like that last name. That's sick. The centers Jessica Patea, Georgie Barrett, and Maddie Studden in the halves. In our front row, we've got Tiana West and Michaela McFadden. Our hooker, Tori Shipton. Our back rows is Mackenzie Liar and Billy Vaa. And our lock is Sophie Curtin. And then on the bench, we've got Leah Rice Tucker, Shay Mulheisen, Olivia McElhone, and Tahani Kafusi. And our 18th woman, is Sky Spencer.
And the coach is Jamie Cesabanik. Undefeated to start this comp, Big T, but unfamiliar territory playing a Panthers side who's new into the competition.
Yeah. I'm a new team. And surprisingly enough, the Panthers aren't a bad side, are they, Jess? How have they been going?
I'll have a look and see how they're going.
Yeah.
So they've had one of everything: a win, a loss, and a draw.
A win, a loss, and a draw. Well, they call that Shanghai, don't they? In darts? A double, a triple, and a 20 is a Shanghai? Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't
got-
watched much of these games, Jess, so I'm not sure.
They've got an eye on having an NRLW team in the next few years as well, Penrith.
Yeah, sure they will. Everyone will have an NRLW team.
I think South and Penrith will be the next few to come in. So
And Manly's got a good they've got a good junior system with their women's well coming through too.
Oh. But I don't think they've got to worry about expansion with not having players to move up to the top grades because these players here, Maddie Studden, Maria
She's played
Paseka.
NRLW.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is There's no shortness of talent in the NRLW.
But you don't want to expand it too soon. Like I think keep it at 12 teams for a couple of years, then bring those teams in. Maybe at the next
Exactly right.
broadcast rights deal in 2028.
So we might see the women's, the reserve grade, and the men's all on the same day again.
Potentially. They got to work out that scheduling though. Well, how do you work this out? We've got our men's side in Townsville and our ladies' side in Wollongong this week.
That's right. That's right.
Big boss moving.
But didn't you say this game was being played before the women's game?
That's the Dragons
it's
game against the
Dragons
Rabbitohs.
team. Have we got the Dragons team there?
No, it hasn't been released yet.
What was that one?
That's not the team. That's
Oh, that's not the team. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that close to the team?
Well, I don't know. There's no team that's been released. I don't know where Donnie got that from. He must
He's
have
got
some inside information.
He's got some inside information.
He's got
He
scoops.
has.
But yeah, they'll be playing
Oh, that-
Snaps 11:45 on Sunday at Wynn Stadium.
The St. George team won a game this year.
They are they're none from three.
Ooh.
They played last
they're-
night.
Yeah.
They played the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs are running fifth in the comp. 10-6 was the final score, so that's an amazing effort.
It is an amazing effort.
That was the halftime score, and it's Renee Targus, the coach of that side, and it's her first year coaching at that level.
The St. George side.
Yeah, she used to
Okay.
coach the under 17s, the Lisa Fayola side, but now she's been upgraded to the Open Women's team. So we said she'd make a coach one day, and here she is doing it.
She does life coaching anyway, too, doesn't she? She does life coaching.
She'll be an NRLW coach one day.
She will, for sure. Do we want to run through the ladders, Jess?
Yep. Okay. Well, we ran through it on Sunday, but Billy can take us through the ladder as we head into round 21. Billy.
Yep. So first place, Canberra Raiders, clear first. Second, Bulldogs. They've leapfrogged the Melbourne Storm, and third is Storm. Fourth is Warriors. Fifth to eighth, we've got Broncos, Panthers, Eagles, and Sharks. And then ninth, we've got Dolphins. 10th, Roosters. 11th, our Dragons. 12th, the Tigers. 13th, Cowboys. 14th, Knights. 15th, the Eels. 16th, Rabbitohs. And 17th, the Wooden Spooners at the moment. The Gold Coast Titans. Unfortunately, that's a bit of a disaster for them. But
Anyone see Desi Spray the other day?
yeah.
Get out of the shower.
Get out of the shower.
I'm not done talking. Get out.
That's right.
Apparently, he did 2 sprays.
Wow,
Yeah.
would have been big to see.
He's
All right,
sti-
Jess,
he's
can you
still
read
a-
that?
He's still an old school coach.
Well, you take us through it, Big T. You take us through the NRLW.
Well, the Roosters are on top at 3-0, and they're on 6 points, won all 3 games. The Broncos are on 4 points. They lost to the Roosters last week, so it's a big battle at the top there. It's going to be the first and second all year. Eels, Bulldogs, Dragons, and Cowboys all on 4 points. Sharks.
I don't think the Knights are on 4 points. I think you.
Oh, they are too. They didn't update that. Sorry, they're on
Knights
4
are
points as well. So they dropped us down to 6th.
Yep, Cowboys are 7th.
Yep. Warriors, Titans, West Tigers are on. West Tigers and Raiders are on
Yet to
0
win.
points. Yet to win 3-0, 0-3.
Yep. And there's we'll go through who's playing in round 4 of the NRLW a little later, as well as round 21. Now news and rumors. You're on the Mad Dragons podcast, sponsored by Complete Warehouse Solutions. First one, Big T. The Hammer So Tabuai Fado. He signals his interest to go represent Samoa in the Pacific Championships, joining players like Payne Haas and Tino Well, you say his name. You love saying his name.
Tino Fa'asuamaleaui.
They've signaled their intention to play for Samoa instead of the Kangaroos. So they'll play. They've not confirmed yet, but they do want to represent Samoa in the upcoming Pacific Championships. What headache does this leave Kevin Walters? Because they'd be 3 players that would be automatically picked for the Kangaroos.
Exactly right. All State of Origin players, which is my big gripe against that. If they don't play for Australia, they don't play State of Origin. So yeah, well, if he doesn't get picked in the Australian side, which I think he will, yeah.
3 of them?
Oh, I'm sure a couple of them will get picked. But if they don't get picked, they can go play for their other country. It's fine. That's fine. If they say we're not going to play for Australia, they don't play State of Origin.
Or Brad Fittler raised it yesterday, Billy. What's your take on players that want to play Origin, but they don't want to play for Australia? They want to go represent a tier 2 nation like a Samoa or a Tonga or a Fiji or Papua New Guinea. Does it rob the players that generally want to play for Australia? What's your take on it? Should they scrap this tier 2 system and not allow these islanders to play Origin football?
Possibly, because it's really tough. Because a lot of these players are born New South Wales as well, or Queensland, and they've grown up there, so it's a bit hard. But it is robbing some people of genuine opportunities to play Origin or for Australia. So it is a tough thing to do to change the system now. Probably take a bit of time, maybe the next year or two, if they're thinking of implementing something new. I'm not against them playing for Samoa or New South Wales or Queensland. If that's their background and that's what they want to represent, their background, and that's the state of origin, the state they were born in, that's what I think they can do.
If they're born in Australia and want to play for Samoa or Tonga, that takes away from one of our boys
that want to play.
One of the Australian boys that want to play for Australia.
Yeah.
It takes them away from a big game opportunity. And to play test match football, you need big game opportunity. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of other players out there. Take out To'os, take out Crichton,
Luai.
take out Luai, take out
Hammer.
Hamaso Fidel, and whoever else wants to play for their island, their family nation. And then bring these other boys in the state of origin, give them big game experience.
Yep, I agree with that.
Now, Kevin Walters, he hasn't been announced as the coach yet, but it looks like he's going to be in the next coming days or so. Big Ted looks like he's going to just get the free game contract for the upcoming Ashes. If he wins that, he'll get a contract into next year, potentially the World Cup. What do you think Kevin needs to win the series to have this job for a couple of years at least? Do you think he's got?
Well, are there any other tests going on aside from Australia and England? Are the Pacific nations having a tournament?
They'll have the Pacific Championships without Australia this year, yeah.
That's
so
right.
New Zealand, Samoa, and Tonga, and then there'll be the Pacific Cup. Then there's a World Cup.
So we'll go to England with Kevin Walters as the coach, but without To'o, Crichton, Luai. They'll be playing for the Pacific nations, particularly the Hammer. They're playing Pacific nations. We go over there with Corey Horsburgh, Jaden Storm, Corey Horsburgh, and a few other players that didn't quite make Origin. Are they going to have
with a fullback, won't it?
But are they going to have the experience to play Test match football?
You've
got to bring players
in.
You've got to bring players in, and if those players are going out, you've got to replace them.
Yeah.
So,
well, I thought Hammer, the way he played in that last Origin, on form, he'd be the fullback for the Kangaroos. But
I'd say he'd be on the wing. They've had Edwards. Edwards would be fullback every day of the week.
But now Dylan Edwards is he's pretty much
he's setting them up. That's exactly right. Well, they got rid of these games because they weren't really state of origin
trials.
Deciding games.
Queensland
trials from the state of origin. That's right. So just throw it away. Throw away tradition.
They were thrown away years ago.
Oh no, yeah,
a long time ago.
Yeah.
This is Dragons news now on this one. I'll just bring it up. So yesterday actually, the Dragons have announced the signings of the the Pupuali twins.
Pupuali twins from Penrith, aren't they?
Yes. So Alexander and Cornelius.
Yeah. I saw a picture of these. I saw a picture of these boys with Moses Sully. And we know I've stood next to Moses Sully and he towers over me and he's wider than me and he's bigger than me. These boys made him look little. Mate, I don't know if anybody else in the photo, I'm sure he did, but they made Moses Sully look small. And they're 16. Come on, Dragons fans. Fire up. Come on.
So one's a centre, and one's a back rower.
Bringing those boys up in 3 or 4 years' time.
So that I'm sure they would come into the under-17s teams next year, Big T.
Sure they will, for sure. They have to. One of them was out with a leg injury or a knee injury, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah,
and here's what some of they said. So this is what Alexander said. They were unveiled the signings at the Spirit of the Red V Museum at the St George Leagues Club yesterday. This is what Alexander said. I'm grateful. I just want to give back to my family. I'm ready to work hard. I'm ready to pull on this jersey. That's from Alexander. Nice. And from Cornelius, he said, I have faith in this club's coaching staff and players. There is so much history here. We're both for the fans and can't wait to represent them.
Nice. So they signed for 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 18 months?
I'm not too sure. It doesn't really say how long they have.
Well, the size of these boys.
2027.
There you go, for 2 years.
2 years. Nice. Good. They look like two very capable players.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Another one that we well, and I'm not sure how many people watched 100% footy, but this one was announced last night by Michael Chammas.
Kicks a winning field goal yesterday. We know there's talks externally with another club at the moment. Is there a chance he could stay at the Tigers?
Well, they're definitely a chance. The Tigers have met with Adam Dewey. They want to keep him. The original offer, I believe, was around $350,000. My understanding is they've upped that in recent days to maybe about $400,000, but the Dragons are circling. Adam Dewey actually did a medical with the Dragons in the off-season. They were looking at him last season to join the club. He's coming back off an ACL, and it never progressed. Now the Dragons are back in again. We know that Jack de Belin's heading to the Eels next year, and I think they were pretty impressed with what they saw with him at lock forward yesterday. Gives them an option, a ball-playing lock option, utility, can kick goals. We know he can play in the halves, play in the centre. So the Dragons are having discussions with his management about bringing him to the club next year.
So, yep. And those suggestions, they're looking to bring him in as a ball-playing lock. Billy, your thoughts on potentially getting Adam Dewey to the club?
I don't like him as a player, but he is a decent player. I'll give him credit. He's a good player when at his best. I do feel sorry for him just a little bit, just with the injury like he's had. He's starting to turn that sort of corner now where he's gotten past that thing, knock on wood. And if we do end up signing him, I think it'd be good. He provides a bit of value as well. He can play 5'8". He can play halfback if we need him to. He's obviously not marquee halfback, what we've been actually looking for. But
he's that utility value.
Yeah, he has got that utility value. And with the lock thing, I didn't mind the way he played against Gold Coast on the weekend. So,
who did they play, Billy? They played the Gold Coast. I could play a good game at lock against the Gold Coast.
That's probably
he's rocks and diamonds, mate. Like
he can
be an absolute. He can at times in games he can be an absolute champion. Yeah. But at times in games he could be a reserve grade bench player.
He's also at a club that's been struggling for years. Now they're on the up, yeah, and he's actually not been really bad this year at all. Probably one of their better players. Had a great game against Manly. Scored 2 tries a couple of weeks ago against the Warriors. Got the game-winning field goal. That's probably what we need. We haven't fucking scored a single field goal this fucking year. Sorry. But, you know, I do think it would be decent at the end of the day. We do need someone like him.
Well, they are better than last year.
He's 26.
Tigers are better than last year. They were last year, so
Yeah, much better.
Last 3 years they were.
they have.
Much better. They've been a much better side this year as well. So
He is 26, Ian Johnson, just to respond to your question there. So
he's still young.
he's still got his best
Yeah.
footy in front of him.
We want to hope so. But bringing in another player who had a knee injury too, that's another gamble.
Penrith have also shown some interest in him as well.
We know where we want to go.
Yeah.
And another one that I did come across today. Hang on, I'll bring it up a moment. Now, yes, the NRL, they weren't happy with Shane Flanagan's comments in the press conference, although he didn't get a fine. What's your take on that, Big T? Does he have
Because they
a
knew
right?
Of course he has a right. Everyone's got a right to view their opinion.
He's an emotional just after the game, isn't
when
he?
the NRL came out and said we can't talk about referees or you're going to get a fine. Like, well, who do they think they are really? Referees are going to make mistakes. Coaches are going to say it was a bad call. Although on NRL 360, that's Brainiac there, Braithen Astor, said, well, he did move his foot. He was moving his foot to stand up. Come on, Braith. He's moving his foot to stand. Some of those decisions on
Hey, Big
last
T, just
week,
remember, who did Braith Anasta play for?
you know who he played for.
Exactly.
And they're all saying that Viliami Kikau passed that ball that hit Sloan in the hand. He didn't pass that ball. The ball popped out, hit Sloan, and then it was the first knock on by Viliami, and we got dudded. But yeah,
The NRL said that the bunker and the referees got those rulings.
they
right,
have
Bill.
to. Come on, man. They're making too many mistakes.
Do you back the call of that, Billy? How do you see that? Or
That's I can understand certain calls, but to be honest, the on-field referee made the right fucking decision. He didn't make the wrong decision.
He did make the right decision.
Yeah, like he got up so early to play that ball. He wanted a quick play the ball, and he made the mistake. He made the mistake. He placed it on Leilua's foot. Yes, Leilua had his arm on his back, but that had no effect with him. He got up way too quick to play that. That has been the rule all year, and they've
you got to
said
get
it.
up?
They've said it. Oh, we'll call it ball plants. Oh, getting up too early, not playing it on the foot. Common sense, right? And they mess it up in a game where we need to get a top 8 spot. This probably costs us our season now, pretty much. And I'm just going to call it out. It's the biggest malarkey because, mate, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the bullshit calls.
For those who don't know what malarkey means in Greek, what is it?
Malachias.
Yeah, but what is it?
What does it mean in English?
Wanker.
Oh, there you go. It's a big wanker.
Yeah. So,
The game's got to be more consistent.
yeah, and I'm sick of it happening to the poor fucking teams that sit on the bottom of the table. Like, you know, you got to rule it fair, like Flanagan said. And unfortunately, the NRL is a bit political like that. But I'm not on the Dragons coaching staff or on the NRL staff. I'm a fan, and as a fan of the game who's allowed to criticize certain aspects. I just want to say that this is the biggest bullshit, and they need to fix it now before they actually screw a good fucking team out of a grand final spot towards the end of the season. Because it will
cost
ruin
the
the
team their
season.
season.
It will. That's all I have
We
to
don't
say.
want that, do we, Big T? We don't want to see it happen in a big semi-final.
Well, it happened in a big semi-final a few years ago to the Cowboys, if you remember.
7 tackles.
7 tackle set. And how can you get that wrong? You've got the bunker counting 1 to 6. You've got the referee counting 1 to 6. You've got the linesman's counting 1 to 6. Who got that wrong? So it's always going to happen. Mistakes are going to happen, but clunkers have to stop.
Yep. And another player, a player that made his Origin debut in that third game, Big T, might be forced out of the Broncos. That's Gemat Shibasaki. He's had a breakout season, but
He's had
how
a great
unfortunate
season.
how unfortunate it would be if the Broncos have had to let him go. It looks like the Broncos may not sign him beyond this year.
Come to us, son. Good depth, but
Yeah, I spotted Germat Super like he was at the Cowboys. I think he was up in the Cowboys, and I thought he was a great player back then. Then he went to the Broncos, and he was on a trade and trial deal.
He was at Souths before, last year.
Beginning of last year, he was on a trade and trial deal for the Broncos. So he's moved up, played State of Origin. He was in the gutter, pulled himself out, and if he does want to come to another team, come to us.
exactly.
Yep, the Broncos have salary cap implications. Like they've re-signed Adam Reynolds. Or Payne Haas wants to stay there long term. Well, we've seen Solon Cobbo's already moved on because of those salary cap restrictions,
Yeah, true.
and Tyson Smoothie as well. Now we'll get into the tips for this weekend. Let's go ahead and do this.
All I want, all I need, all I crave is a big multi. All I want, all I need, all I crave is a big multi. London multi.
'21 of the NRL kicks off on Thursday night. Billy, we've got the Roosters. They're in a must-win situation if they're serious about playing finals footy, up against the Melbourne Storm. Now, the Roosters, Ethan King comes into the centres with Billy Smith out. He's picked up an injury. I'm not too sure what that one was. And Sanders Smith has been recalled with Chad Townsend dropped. His time in the first grade very limited there. Sul Wong does return at lock. Victor Radley's picked up another injury, so he's out of the side. And that's the Roosters side. The Melbourne Storm, still no Ryan Pappenhausen with a calf injury. So Nick Meaney will again play fullback. Tyron Wishart plays 5'8" for Cameron Munster is out of this game. His father's funeral's in Rockhampton on Friday, so Craig Bellamy's giving him some time off. Very understanding there. So Bronson Gull is the new face on the bench, as is Atuvalu Lasati and Kane Bradley. Billy, what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, both teams coming off a loss, and we know how both of them respond to losses. They don't usually lose 2 in a row. That's just been proven with years. Roosters home game, it's really tough because Roosters do give challenge to Storm. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go Roosters in Golden Point to win 17-16. And Sandon Smith to get it done and show why he should be in the squad for most weeks.
Big T, who do you like in this one? Munster a huge out, but we've seen before that Wishart can step up and do the job.
I can't step up. I think he can step up against the Roosters as well. So, yeah, I'm going to go Roosters at home. I think the Stormers might still be a little bit away from their best.
I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm. I don't think Craig Bellamy would be too impressed with their display against Manly the other night. They only lost by 2, but you know how Craig Bellamy is. He expects perfection from his team, and I think they will. I think he'll be really good at training, and if they want to finish in that top 2, this is a real game they must win, and this might just about put a red pen through the Roosters' chances of playing finals footy. I'm going to go the Melbourne Storm. Friday, the 8 o'clock game at Suncorp at Stadium in Brisbane. The Broncos will take on the Eels. Now, Big T, the Broncos, they do welcome back Payne Haas. He was rested after Origin free. And Corey Jensen also returns. He's been named on the bench, which sees Tyson Smoothie and Ben Tolte go back to the extended bench. For the Eels, they've lost Isaiah Onyongi for a month, which sees Joash Papali move to fullback. A big into the Eels, Captain Mitchell Moses. He's back at halfback. which pushed Dean Hawkins to 5'8". There was talk that Dylan Brown might have come in, but Bryles is sticking to his guns and looking at having one eye on 2026.
So he should.
And the rest. Oh, Luca Moretti also returns from injury as well. Broncos, do they keep their top 4 hopes alive here, Big T?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's a big loss, but Josiah Papali'i, he's not a bad little player, so he's not a bad in for him. Payne Haas and Hetherington, did you say, come back into the side? Corey Jensen come back. It only makes him stronger. Broncos up at Suncorp.
Billy, you going to go with Big T there, or you think Parramatta can make an upset here?
I think Parramatta will make a push, but I'm not going to go with them to win. I think it'll be 28-16. I do think the inclusion of Moses is huge for this to happen. For Eels to win, obviously, but I just don't think they'll get there. And I think Broncos will be too strong at home. I've gone with Walsh to score any time, as well as Joash Papali'i.
I'll say this to you, Big T. Moses plays for New South Wales. New South Wales don't lose the series.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Do you agree with that?
Who you going? Broncos?
Broncos. That'll be a bit too strong up there. The 3 o'clock game on Saturday will be over at Go Media Stadium in Auckland. It's the Warriors, who had a crazy finish to that game against the Knights last Sunday. I've never seen a finish to a game like that. Have you seen a finish like that, Big T?
No.
Anyway, the Warriors will play the Titans. Yeah. One of the most absurd finishes to a game I've seen in a long, long time. So the Warriors do welcome back Chancellor Klukstad at the back, which pushes Tane to picking back to the extended bench. Coach Kate will in the centres. Hard to keep a player like Leka Halasima, who's in contention for the Rookie of the Year. What a find he's been for the Warriors, Big T. Leka Halasima.
I asked our Warriors player Christian about Leka Halasima last time we spoke to him.
Yep, and the rest of the team is unchanged. For the Titans, they've lost their captain, Big T. What's his name?
Tino Sumalawi.
So he's out with a knee injury. It's not an ACL as we thought it was when we just saw it on Sunday. So Kieran Foran is the new captain. Cleese Haas will start at lock. And Jamin Jolliffe will start in the front row. Jacob Aletwenke and Joshua Paxton on the bench. Regan Campbell-Gillard's also been benched. And Tino's little brother, Big T, Isaac.
I think Isaac's a good player.
He's on the bench as well.
I don't mind Isaac. I think he's a good player as well.
So Isaac Fasul is onto the bench. But my tip, I'm going to go with the Warriors to stay in the top 4 and win at home. Billy?
I've got Warriors winning 42-14. I think it will be atrocious. Poor Titans. I've got Chris Randall scoring, and I've got Halasima scoring a hat-trick. Guy's just a freaking weapon. He's a weapon.
Big T.
Yeah, I think the Wars will be too good over there. The Titans are luckless. They are luckless. They're more luckless than we are. And we're luckless.
Tino's a huge loss, isn't he?
They can't win. Desi he had a big spray last week. Well, the boys were getting a spray in the shower, and then he came and gave him another spray. So now the Warriors too strong.
Yep, I've got the Warriors by plenty. 5:30 Saturday. It's the battle of the big cats. The Panthers taking on the Tigers at CommBank Stadium. The Panthers, 3 big ins. They welcome back Isaac Tungle from suspension. Nathan Cleary is back at halfback, and Isaiah will lock the scrum. Scott Sorensen, I think he's concussion, so he's out. Luke Garner will start with Isaiah Papali'i. Brad Schneider goes back to the bench, as does Matt Eisenhuth. Actually, Matt Eisenhuth played off the bench, never mind. Paul Alamotti drops back to the extended bench, but Brian To'o is still in the side despite some obvious hamstring and knee problems. So I'm not sure what the Panthers' plan is with that. For the Tigers, Isaac Tupu will debut on the wing. It's his first game. I'm pretty sure he came over from the Rabbitohs. Taylor May made his successful return after 2 years out of the game last weekend. and the rest of the team is unchanged. So Adam Dewey will remain at lock. Anyone, Big T, do you see an upset here, or do the Panthers continue? Do they stretch their streak to 7 wins in a row?
Now, like I said the other day, did they say we're going to lose 7 games and still win the comp? Well, I think they can. They're just starting to come back on song, aren't they? They're starting to come good. Tigers, again, they're as luckless as the Titans. Yeah, they had a good win last week, 21-20, but that was over the Titans. So, yeah, I think the Panthers at CommBank.
Yep, I'm going to go with the same. I think the Panthers will be a bit too good. They had a close game last time they met, so Panthers will win. But I think the Tigers will give them a game. Billy?
I think Panthers, it'll be tight for, I'm going to say 50 minutes, but I think Panthers score a fair few tries in the end. I think it'll be 28-8. And I'm going to go Cleary and Taruva to score tries.
All right. The nightcap game on Saturday night will be at Industry Group Stadium on Gosford on the Central Coast. The Rabbitohs are taking a game up to there, so good, nice ground up there on the Central Coast, Big T.
It is. You're going to watch the Bulls. They might go out and smash a car windscreen. Be careful when you kick the ball, or those at the southern end.
Yep. So the Rabbitohs, they do welcome back Jai Gray at fullback, which pushes Alex Johnston to the wing. Lewis Dodd will get his first crack at halfback with Jamie Humphries out. Sean Kepi will come into the front row with Keon Kalamatangi ruled out for the season. The Rabbitohs just can't take a trick with the injuries. Lachlan Hubner will start at lock. And Ashton Ward, a Dragons junior, will make his NRL debut off the bench. For the Sharks, they do welcome back Jesse Ramey from injury, pushing debutant Chris Vaiella out of the side. And Billy Burns comes in for Britton Nickera. He's out with concussion protocols, which sees 2026 recruit for the Dragons, Daniel Atkinson, back onto the bench at this stage. Billy, the Souths, they just can't take a trick when it comes to injuries.
Yeah, they're pretty much like us, the poor buggers, except a bit worse. I feel bad for them, and I really don't like tipping the Sharks ever, but I do think they'll win, and I think it'll be 26-10. But I will go with the old. I think he was an Illawarra junior. I'm not too sure, but he did play for Dragons. I'm going to go with the Ward to score a try off the bench, and Ronaldo Mulatalo to score as well.
Yeah, I think the Sharks continue their climb towards finals footy, and I think they'll be far too strong for the Rabbitohs here. Big T?
Yeah, it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a close one. Cronulla aren't playing that well. They play well in patches. The Bunnies are due for something to happen to them. It's going to be a close one, but I'm going to go Sharkies.
What do you think of Lewis Dodd at halfback? Gets his first crack.
Well, didn't he get a crack earlier on the season? Didn't he?
In a trial game, not in a premiership game.
Well, he's been here for 8 months now. Give him a go. Give him a crack. They can't do any worse than what they're doing.
Yep. See how he handles it. But I think the Sharks will be too good. Down on 2:00 Sunday, down in the nation's capital, it's the competition-leading Canberra Raiders up against the tough and gutsy the Knights. So they've lost Sebastian Chris. Simi Sasangi will play in the centres. And Noah Martin comes onto the bench. That's the only change there for the Raiders. The Knights, no changes to the back line. Jermaine McEwen, the rookie, was quite good on the edge. Jack Hetherington comes onto the bench for the Knights. Do the Raiders just continue to have that one hand on the minor premiership, Big T?
The Raiders, I know, again, this is the top of the table. All the top of the table teams playing the bottom of the table teams in this round. Again, the Knights again with injury. They've lost Ponga. They've lost a number of players out injured. Canberra are just rolling. They just roll on. They remind me of the Green Machine when they had Daly Meninga and the likes down there back then. So, yeah, I think the Raiders will get done easy.
Yeah, so you think they get the chocolates in a big way?
For sure.
Down at home. Billy?
I think Raiders will get it done comfortably in the end. But what I saw from Knights last week was very positive, and I was actually quite impressed by some of the football they did play. Especially with Gagai at fullback, he was pretty good. I'm going to go Raiders 38-22, and I'm going to go Strange to score a double and Kaipi's 4 to go for a try.
Yeah, I think the Raiders as well. But the Knights, they're playing tough and they're really being gutsy. The Raiders 1-12. I don't think they'll get it all their own way. The Knights will push them. And the final game of the round, these two sides are celebrating 30 years since the 1995 Grand Final. That's why they're playing this game at Allianz Stadium as opposed to a core stadium at the normal Dogs home ground. Yeah, celebrating 30 years of the 1995 Grand Final between the Bulldogs and Manly. The Bulldogs, so they've lost Sachili Tupanua with a hamstring injury yet again. That sees Samuel Hughes come into the front row, pushing Josh Curran back to the bench. For Manly, many people calling for Tommy Turbo to go back to fullback. Anthony Seibold has not taken that on board. He's gone with Lehigh Pawadi there, so Tom Troich will again play in the centres. They do welcome back Hamali Olakawatu. That's a huge in for them, Big T, isn't it?
Huge in. He just brings so much to the side. So, yeah, it'd be good to see him back.
Tommy Talau was on the bench in that game last weekend, but with the return of Olakawatu, it pushes Corey Waddell to the bench and Tommy Talau to the extended bench. And Anthony Seibold is going to challenge the NRL's decision of Jake Simpkin as a Category 2, which will have him stand down for that 11-day mandatory concussion. Their doctor supposedly said he's only Category 1, so he's been named. Do you think he's any chance of playing there, Big T? Can they get that overturned, do you think, if their doctor says otherwise?
Well, it does. I'll open up the can of worms for every other club to challenge it. Yeah, I don't think they get any love from the NRL over that one, and they shouldn't. Yeah, so yeah, but I think the Bulldogs.
Yep, they haven't been great. Like we saw them against us on Saturday night, and they took us to the final minute to steal a win from us, Billy. Do you think Manly are Manly any chance in this one?
Oh, they certainly are. DCE's finally come into a bit of form. I like to see it. You know, I think he's one of the best players of all time to play a game in the current era. I don't think he'll pull off this win though, and I hope Galvin does get a field goal, because if he doesn't, I will fume. I will crack someone's TV. Mate,
Not your own. Not your own.
No. I've got someone's random TV. He had to do it against us. So if he doesn't back it up this week, I'm going to go on an all-time rant. So I'm hoping he does win it for the Dogs. I'm going to go 23-22. He better do something, because otherwise I'm going to be fuming.
I'm going to go the Dogs too in a close one as well. And for that game, actually, our referee, we didn't. It's just come through the referees for this one. We've got Grant Atkins refereeing our game.
Can't complain.
There's my tip out the window.
Now on the NRLW tips.
Oh, jeez.
It opens up on Saturday in Auckland, the Warriors and the Titans. I'll go through the team for the
Make
Warriors.
them quick, Jess.
So Lydia Dura-Quedley will come into the side. Emily Curtin's out with concussion. And Avery Rose Carmont will come on for her NRL.
Go to the toilet.
debut, as does Michaela Eli. The Titans, they are unchanged from their first win of the season, Billy. They beat the Tigers 24-12 at Leichhardt last Sunday.
Yep.
Do they make it 2 in a row, or do the Warriors remain undefeated at home?
It's going to be tough. I actually really don't know about this game. It could go 50-50. But the inclusion of Chapman is what gets me thinking that Titans may come away with this win. I don't know if she was back last week. I'm not too sure. I didn't get to
She
watch
did
the
play.
game.
She did a backflip try celebration. They do get their captain back, Georgia Hale, too. That's a big in for them.
She's a great player as well. She's the workhorse. I'm going to go with Titans to win 22-12 here, and I'm going to go with Chapman to score. And that winger, what's her name? Michaela Brake.
Oh,
scores
the
well.
the rugby convert. She's a freak.
She's a good player. So
She
I'm
makes
going to go
breaks
with them
left,
to
right,
do the
center.
score.
Big T. Who do you like in this one?
Well, Warriors are favourites in this one.
They are.
I'm not sure about that.
They won
but yeah.
14-0 in their game there a couple of weeks ago against Parramatta.
And they got touched up last week, didn't they?
Yeah, Newcastle. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Titans. I think. I just don't think the Warriors have got a consistent game in them yet.
Yep. Yeah, they've got a lot of rugby converts are still getting used to playing rugby league. Only a few that have played rugby league before. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'll go Titans just, and Jamie Chapman have been any try scorer. The Saturday 3:15 game will be at Allianz Stadium. The Roosters, the defending premiers, and the only undefeated team, taking on the Bulldogs. The Roosters, they are unchanged. Although a big in could happen off the bench, Taryn Aiken named on the extended bench to return off a shoulder injury she picked up in the Origin series. The Bulldogs, they do welcome back their co-captain Angelina Tiakaranga-Katoa, which pushes Hope Millard back to the bench. Take us through this one, Big T. Are the Dogs a chance of upsetting the Premiers?
The Dogs are a very, very tenacious side. They gave us a run for our money last week. But yeah, I don't think they can beat the table-topping Roosters.
And what do you
I
think?
like Amber Hall too.
Yep. I'm going to go Roosters as well, 28-14. I think it'll be like us because we were in the fight for a lot of that game against the Roosters and we just couldn't come away with the biscuits in the end. And I think the same will happen here. Who's stopping Amber Hall? Fucking no one. She's scoring twice.
Isabel Kelly's on fire at the moment too.
Yeah,
Olivia
yeah, they're a good side. They're a studded side, and Lexi Tarnier, she's former Dragon, unfortunately, but she's a good player. So I do think she'll crawl over for try.
Yeah, I think the Roosters will be a bit too strong as well. They've blown away most sides this year, except the Broncos. But yeah, I think the Roosters. If Taryn Aiken comes in, that makes them even stronger. Roosters win and win well, I think. 5:15 on Saturday up in Townsville. Billy, the Cowboys, they're coming off a big upset, beating the Sharks down at Shark Park. They do welcome back Australian international Jakai Whitfeld at the back, pushing Crystal Blackwell back to the wing and Anna Malupo back to the extended bench. Unfortunate for her, she got a try on her debut. For the Raiders, they do welcome back Mackenzie Wiki on the wing. Jordan Preston, the ex-Dragon Jr., will start on the second row. And they do welcome back the giant Kera Hatina Matua back on the bench as well. The Raiders have been the disappointing team of the NRLW so far. And have lost all 3 games in Canberra. They're on the road. Is this what they need, Billy?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what's going wrong with this team. They're a perfectly fine team on paper. Like they got a lot of guns. Tamara's, Taufa. It's just I don't know what's happened there.
Big Gracie, Big Red.
Yeah. I think Cowboys will win. I think Cowboys have been strong this season. I actually like the way they've been playing. 2 wins, 1 loss. They've looked very strong. I think they win comfortably, and I'm going to go with them to win 26-4. I think Shante Tamara will score, and I'm going to go Jakaya Whitfield to score 2 tries.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys continue their winning ways as well. I don't know what the Raiders are just not having a go up the middle, and that's where that's where their big problem is. A lot of teams just steamrolling up the mill, and there's no resilience anymore, toughness at all at the moment. If they lose this one, you could put a red pen through their chances of playing finals. I know it's round 4, but yeah, it's an uphill battle if they lose this one. And I think it's going to be a big win for the Cows. Big T?
Yeah, I think it'll be a win for the Cows. The Raiders haven't seemed to be doing anything this year, so you never know, they might turn it around, but I'm going Cows.
Yep. The noon game on Sunday is at Eric Tweedale Stadium in Marylands. The Eels, they're playing some good football too, some tough footy, up against the Knights, who have bagged 2 wins in a row. The Eels, so they welcomed back skipper Mahalia Murphy last week, and they're unchanged. The Knights, they're also unchanged. 2 unchanged sides, two teams that have had good round 3 wins. Who makes it 2 in a row, Big T?
Newcastle are starting to find their form at 2 wins. They had a bad loss in the first round, but Eels, they've been playing well this year too in their 3 games. But Eric Tweedale Stadium, I'm not sure. It says Marylands, is it? I think I've been to Eric Tweedale Stadium, but
only a small ground. But last time they played a game there was no paramedic at the ground. They had to stop the game until they had one there.
Correct. I'm going to go the Knights. They're going to find their form. They're coming back.
Billy?
Yeah, I'm going Knights. I'm going Knights in a Golden Point victory. I think they'll win 17-16. And I think Zali Faye and Jesse Southwell will go over for a try.
Yep. And the final game of round 3, actually, I'm going to go with the Knights too in a close one for that. And final game of round 3 will be the Sharks and the Tigers, the Sunday night game. The Sharks do welcome back Kiwi international Anessa Biddle, back from suspension, and Manalita Takapatola will start in the front row. Jacinta Carter's subject to the concussion protocols. And Grace Lee Weeks, as Big T highlighted last week, is the sister of KO Weeks. She goes back to the bench. For the Tigers, Caitlin Turnbull continues to score tries. She's been a real find for the Tigers on that wing. She scored 3 tries in a losing side last week. Claudia Nielsen comes in on the other wing. So Evie McGrath is out of. She's been dropped to the extended bench. So Faith Monera will start in the halves alongside Lasana Lutu. And Jessica Reeves, the PNG international, returns onto the bench. And Perka Berryman Duff will start at hooker with Salman Orr going back to the bench. The Tigers actually have a 2-0 record against the Sharks. But do the Sharks, they've been disappointing. Do they bounce back at Shark Park, Billy?
Sharks do. I know they've been disappointing. But I just think Tigers are weak. Like, they've got some shining lights, the Tigers, Kez. Obviously, that young winger, Caitlin Turnbull. There's just too many problems with their side. So I'm going to go Sharks to get it done confidently. I will be surprised if they don't. I'm going to go 38-6. I do think Emma Verron will score, and as I said, Caitlin Turnbull.
Yep. Big T, you think that the Sharks get it done at home?
I think they do. Tigers are just not haven't got the team. They Kezi Apps has been a bit of a disappointment. I'm going to go the Sharks at Shark Park.
Yep, I'm going to make it unanimous. I'm going to go the Sharks to bounce back. But the most important games of the weekend, you can get the first crack, Billy, the Dragons and the Cowboys, then the Dragons and the Broncos in the NRLW.
Okay, so do you want me to do both in a row, or do you want me to just
go right ahead.
Okay, so for our men's team, I've gone a bit extensive here. I've gone into a bit of detail. God Dragons 35-22. Time we kick our fucking first field goal. We need a field goal. Believe it or not, I'm thinking Kyle Flanagan. Just something. You know, I seem like I'm on crack the way I'm talking right now. Tom Dearden to score for the Cowboys. I'm going Sloan to score 2, LKT to score 1, Flanagan to score 1, and Hamish Stewart to score 1 as well. And for our women, I think this one will be a lot tighter than 35-22. For us to win, we need to defend well. I've made that blatantly obvious. And I think if we do, we would win something like 12-10, and that's what I've gone with. I think Barry will score for us, but Chelsea Lenarduzzi for the Broncos. She's always seems to be scoring. So, yeah, those are my tips. Fire up.
Big T. Actually, I'll go. You can have the last say. You can have the last say, Big T. We'll give you the last.
And run us, take us home. Okay, I'll take us home. All right. Okay. I'm going to go the Dragons in the NRL game by 4. I think we finally win a close game. I think an anytime try scorer. I'm going to go Jaden Sewer. I think he'll get a try. Steaming on all ball. I'm going to go with LKT to give him that try assist. And I think we'll win by 4. It might be a high scoring one, as Sam said. For the NRLW, I think if we're going to beat the Broncos, we're going to have to keep them to a low score, like under 20 points. If we can score 20 points and win, I think we've done well. I'm going to go with... I think I'm going to go with Casey Ray to be an anytime try scorer. She had an amazing game last week, and I think she'll find some room in this game, and we'll win by 6. Thank you, Jess. I'm going to say Dragons are going to win by 8, I think, in the men's game. Sully's going to get double. He's going to play his best game of the year. I want to see his best game of the year. Like Billy said, K-Flan's going to score. I'm going to go 28-20 in that game.
Oh, you've gone the same as Sam.
What's that?
He said 28-20.
Yeah, but I'm going for the Dragons.
That's true, and that's the better option.
I think that's the better option.
Obviously.
The Dragons are $2.45. I reckon $10 on that wouldn't go too bad. Wouldn't go astray. Gamble responsibly. In the girls' games, I'm going to go Berry to score a double. Bostock will outrun Melee and score a try. Dragons by 4, 20-16. So I'm going to go Dragons in both games. But yeah,
win stadium on Sunday.
Get a tenner on the men's. All right, I'm going to wrap it up, Jess.
Give us a plug too. We don't forget our commentary on Friday, Billy. You're joining me and Sam for that game.
Yes, that's going to be good. Yes, finally get to do some commentary. That has been something I've been looking forward to all year. So can't wait to hop on with you and Sam. And I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on his channel, but I'm probably going to
You'll be on our channel too. It's going to be streamed on both.
Yep.
So what time's that at, Jess?
So about 5:45 on Friday.
Let everybody know.
5:45 on Friday, so tune in.
5:45 on Friday.
If you want to mute the Fox commentary and listen to our commentary, come and join us. Yeah. You don't want to listen to Kevin Wallace in the box or Greg Alexander or
Michael Ennis. Oh,
none of them. All right, I'm going to wrap up, Jess.
Yep. So
all right, guys. Thanks for joining
us tonight. It's been a good show. And yeah, we thank you for your support as always. Thanks to our major sponsor, to Complete Warehouse Solutions. Go and see Jeff and the team today for all your warehousing needs at 6 Commerce Drive in Lake Illawarra. So take us out, Billy.
I was going to say fingers crossed that we leave the Cowboys with 2 points.
And get a home win with and Wollongong as well with the girls.
True. Correct.
You can take us out, Billy.
Right. Okay. I haven't done this before. This is going to be good. Thank you all for watching. Hope you like and subscribe. Share with everyone. Share with your family. Share with your mum, your cousins, anyone. This is the channel for everyone. If you don't watch NRL, you're going to want to watch this channel. This channel will get you into NRL. This channel will get you into the Dragons. Say with me, guys.
Come on, Dragons fans. Fire up!
Coco is at pedal top, she wears it on her sleeve. As Master tells tales of dragons, wins and tune victory. Tony and the MP crew will do their very best. Hitting up topic and I digress with a red V on our chest. The Mad Dragon podcast is a sheep of camaraderie, navigating rants down rabbit holes in the land of big wet feet. And so our paddlers weave the tales and our friendship is our dream. The Mad Dragon podcast, under